Good afternoon, dear friends. I welcome one and all for Saturday's webinar session by Hello Kids. Today we are going to learn about interdisciplinary approach to language learning. To speak more about this, we have a guest. Our guest for the day is Ms. Rumela Bose. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, Hello
Before
Kids,
going,
for inviting me today.
yes, before going ahead, I would like to introduce our guest, Ms. Rumela Bose. She is a educator, board with traditional approach to language learning. Rumela Bose, an English teacher by profession, ensures each and every lesson that her students learn is interdisciplinary in approach. Her goals are simple: education and entertainment, balanced wonderfully to ensure both she and her students enjoy learning as much as possible. Welcome to Hello Kids, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope in this pandemic situation, you all are doing well, keeping along with the studies that are going on and trying to be the best of yourselves. So, I am Rumela, and I'll be talking about in this interdisciplinary approach to language learning. But before I delve deeper into the topic of interdiscipline, I would like to start by saying that language is life. What do I mean, or why do I say that language is life? See, from the very time we wake up in the morning to the very time we go to bed, we have language oriented with all our activities. We are going to school, we are going to work, we are traveling somewhere, even at home when we are conversing with one another, when we are communicating, at every point of communication, we deal with language, the various types of language all over the world. So, language is life. Language is the basic foundation to a fully structural and functional society because without language, we cannot work. What do I mean when I say interdiscipline? But before I go into interdiscipline, I would like to focus on the two approaches of language that I like to believe in. I like to believe that there are two major approaches to language. One is the conventional method, and the other is the interdisciplinary method. I have been involved as an educator since 2012. I have had the opportunity to be part of various roles as an educator. I have been a private tutor to very beautiful kids. I am a full time school teacher and am blessed to work with an organization called Unicus, where we have a very interdisciplinary approach to language learning. So, when we are talking about the conventional approach to language, what I mean to say is the very concept of language, we are dependent on a particular given text and we are dealing with the text. So, that is what we generally think about language learning. Okay. But when I'm talking about interdisciplinary language, what do I mean to say by interdisciplinary? Interdiscipline is the interrelationship between two or more different subjects. So it can be an interrelationship between language and science. It can be an interdisciplinary relationship between language and mathematics, and so on. So interdiscipline is basically subject to subject relationship. Now, we all know that there are four basic skills of language learning. When we are talking about language teaching or language learning, we generally focus on four basic skills. They are reading, writing, speaking, and listening. So these are the general approaches to have while delivering a language class. But I like to include some other topics of or other skills specifically while delivering a language class, which I think are more beneficial to the kids. So, what are these topics? These are the grammar skills, comprehension skills, summarization skills, creative skills, and communication skills. These five are very important skills that we generally tend to omit while dealing with language. But language cannot go without them. So, what do I specifically mean about interdisciplinary approach to language learning? For explaining my approach to interdisciplinary language learning, I would like to take help of a few worksheets which we use at Unicus for delivering our language classes. So I'm sharing my screen so you can all see those worksheets and get a better idea of what I mean by interdiscipline. So these are the various worksheets that we are using on a regular basis. And to be very honest, the feedback from the kids is really awesome. They are enjoying it, they are loving it. They are loving the concept of interdiscipline. So we might generally think that, oh, they are little kids, they don't have much idea, they don't know a lot. But it's amazing how much these kids know, how much knowledge they can retain, and how much they have to deliver to us. So these are the worksheets that we are using. We have a lot here. I will be specifically talking about the preschool and the pre-primary and primary age group based on the various subjects they are learning at this age. So this first worksheet that I have here, you see that we have Jerry Mouse. So Jerry Mouse is absolutely not a subject of education, right? Jerry Mouse is particularly for entertainment. But in this worksheet, you can see that we are marking the body parts and coloring the image. So Jerry Mouse has body parts, humans have body parts, animals have body parts. So the child, the concept of science, body parts, is being incorporated with language and as well as drawing or painting, or that is creativity. So interdisciplinary approach is being used here. So the child can read the instruction, the child can formulate the idea and then do as instructed. So this can be at a very basic stage be identified as a science and language interdisciplinary worksheet. Moving on to my second worksheet, here you see that on one side there are various words given and on the other side there are number names. So first what the child needs to do is read out the words, spell out the words and then count the number of alphabets, after which they have to match it with the number names. So in this particular worksheet, various things are being inculcated to the child. The child is learning maybe a new word. The child is definitely learning the spellings of the words. The child is able to learn number names as well as create a link between the words and the number names. So this on a very basic stage, again, I can identify as a math and a language interdisciplinary worksheet. In my third worksheet, you see that Pluto just heard that he is no more a planet. He feels devastated. Write a dialogue exchange between Pluto and Neptune where Neptune tries to console Pluto, stating facts as to why Pluto has been demoted. So, here we have the concepts of planet. We all know, right? Pluto being called a planet once, then again being demoted as to a dwarf planet, not a planet, very unjust and unfair. So, as a kid, when I was hearing this commotion over Pluto being a planet or not being a planet, I was always anxious that why is this being done to Pluto? So, here in this particular worksheet, a topic from social studies, that is planets, is being incorporated with a language concept of dialogue exchange. So, first we see that the child is being informed about what the problem with Pluto being or not being a planet is, and then Neptune, the neighbor of Pluto, is consoling Pluto as to the demotion. So, here not only is the child being able to know about the various facts about the planet Pluto, he or she is also learning how to write a dialogue exchange along with being able to empathize. So you see, three very important things are being taken care of. Okay, social studies, the child is learning something, language, the child is learning something, even on an emotional level, the child is learning how to empathize. So this worksheet again can be on a very basic level called a social studies and language interdisciplinary worksheet. The next worksheet that I have focuses on grammar and cartoon. So those who are already Pokemon fans very well know that this is Squirtle. I myself am a huge Pokemon fan. So this worksheet was particularly customized for a child who was a bit shy of speaking and did not want to indulge in other conversations. But when we got to know that he loves Pokemons, so we thought about something that can be entertaining to him as well as being able to impart education. So this worksheet is dealing with the grammar topic of forming questions. So here, Squirtle answers various questions. Okay, so these are various answers that are related to Squirtle. And what the kid has to do is read the answers, then decide what kind of question can go with the answer. So the child is first being able to formulate a question, judge the situation, and then come up with a proper question that can be reciprocated with this answer. So this is a interdisciplinary approach between very grammar topic and that of a very entertaining topic. So it's not only limited to education. When we are talking about interdiscipline, it is not only limited to subjects and education. There is a wide horizon. There is no limitation to the possibilities that we have. So this is my last worksheet that I have to share with you for today. This is a combination of a DIY or creative worksheet with language. Read the poem to see how many bees are there in the hive. So, a very language topic, that is poetry. We all know whenever we are talking about poetry, poetry comes in literature or language. So, what the child has to do is read the poem, understand what the bees are doing and how many bees are there. So until and unless the child comes to the very end of the poem, the child is not being able to understand what is being said in the poem. So he or she must read the poem. So as soon as they read the poem, they get the concept in their head that the bees are doing something and the number of bees that they have. After which, what they are doing is they are after which what they are doing is they are drawing the bees in the given hive that is here. So we have a hive here. The kids, they can draw the bees if they like. They can paste stickers. They can do finger painting. So there is a wide variety of scope of DIY or creativity through this worksheet. So here, with the development of cognitive study, we are also helping the kid in formal thinking as well as a multisensory approach is being used here. So, what is multisensory approach? So, this particular hive, if it is not printed, if we just use a very different kind of paper, like a felt paper or a textured paper, the kid can feel the paper. They can feel the structure of the hive as well as draw or paint with it. So this worksheet is a interrelationship between creativity or DIY and that of language. So these are the worksheets that I had to share. Now, these worksheets, as you can see, are not only language worksheets, but they are very much related to the topic of edutainment. So what do I mean when I say edutainment? Edutainment is basically a combination of education with entertainment. So the worksheets like Jerry Mouse, or that of doing the beehive or the Pokemon worksheet, they are a form of entertainment to the kids, while they are getting the knowledge of subjects like math, social studies, science, language, okay, and or also many others which I have not in details focused today. So now, edutainment is a very interesting form of imparting knowledge to the kids. But this form is much more viable on the online platform. Why? Because why do I specifically say online platform? Because being a teacher myself, I have faced difficulties in a real classroom situation where I it would have been much easier for me to uh, discuss something with a child by showing them maybe a picture or an example. But due to the limitations of the situation, I could not do so. But on the online platform, we are using, due to the pandemic, which is widely growing, the kids have access to the internet as well as the mentors have access to the internet. So whenever we need to provide an example for the child, what we can do is we can very well go into Google and search out an example to provide to the child. So the online platform is giving us variety. It is helping us to break away from the normative structure. Okay, the normative structure of teaching, we are slightly moving away from that structure. It helps to create a harmonious relationship between the mentor and the learner. Not only is the learner enjoying the class, the mentor also enjoys imparting the class. So, as a mentor myself, I have seen kids love the interdisciplinary approach. While being a mentor myself, I enjoy these classes thoroughly. So, but is online education enough? Definitely not. There needs to be something offline. So, what we do at Unicast is we create these worksheets, we send it to the kids. So, while taking the online classes, while indulging into the online interdisciplinary session, they can also use their skills offline by solving these worksheets. They are developing various ideas. So, all over, if I need to say it, online is not enough, but online is a very good platform for the interdisciplinary approach. And as well as offline education is important. So, when I am talking about interdisciplinary approach, I would say that it is an atypical approach, it is skill based, and it can also be termed as multidisciplinary in some cases. Why multidisciplinary? Because in the various worksheets that I have shown, it's evident that one worksheet does not contain one language or one subject. It contains various kinds of subjects that we have. So I hope I have been able to throw some light on the interdisciplinary approach of language learning. I would stop here today, and if we get a chance to meet again, I would love and enjoy it. So thank you, and you can go ahead with any questions you have. I try my best to answer. Ma'am, are you there? Okay, I see there are some comments here. Thank you for your comments. Okay. Oh, so people are saying that learn simple worksheets can be used for various approach. Thank you very much. Trying our best to provide with the interdisciplinary approach so that the kids can get the best, because kids are stuck in a very, I would say, turbulent environment, because these kids, they are not being able to go out, they are not being able to communicate with their friends. The outlet for kids, school. Okay, school is a very big outlet for the kids. So the kids are not being able to get that outlet. So this approach of interdisciplinary language can be very useful for them. It can be very useful for them to engage them. They are bored. It's very, as adults, those who are stuck at home, we are bored ourselves. So it's very obvious that the kids are also bored. So interdisciplinary approach can be used by the kids also to express themselves, to engage their time in something creative while learning. So that is why I am a very big fan of interdiscipline. And I would also encourage the parents to try this interdisciplinary approach with your kids, because I can guarantee you 100% they will love it and they will enjoy it. Okay, so okay. Monica Chanda is asking from where we can get these worksheets. Yes, these worksheets are from our Unicus team, the Real Tactic Unicus team. So if you contact me, I can give you the details. I can see you all are loving today's topic. Thank you very much. I have tried to be informative as well as keeping it compact. So thank you very much. I enjoyed a lot. Thank you all for joining.